Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is David and I'm a psychic medium. So what I'm looking to do today, and I'm hoping to do this every Sunday morning if I can. There might be the odd one here or there that I'll miss, but I am looking at just doing some general readings today. And what I would like to do is Friday evenings, I'm looking to jump on and I might come on and do some predictions, or there might be other things I might talk about there as well. So I'm hoping to post twice a week. Um, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. For those of you who've been on this channel for a while, you know that I don't edit these at all. So if I have little bloopers here and there, that's what you get. So all right, and yeah, just tend to have fun with it. So we'll go ahead and we'll do some readings there. So I'm going to do three smaller readings today. All right, so I think it's probably best if you choose a number between 1 and 3, and whatever that number, that the first one instinctively that pops into your head, that'll be the reading for you. All right, and another thing I'd like to mention with my readings is I'm not necessarily a specific believer that that what I read will actually happen. So in other words, if I'm reading something that might be a little bit more on the negative side, my personal belief is it's something that you can change. All right, it's something that effectively you can recognize that maybe you might not be in a good spot at the moment, and then effectively manifest something that that's a little bit more positive. And I will actually do some more videos on manifestation as well, because there's a lot that I've learned over the last year or so, and I'd like to share that information with you. All right, so first things first, we'll get onto those readings, and yeah, thank goodness we're no longer in Mercury retrograde. I'm not a huge astrology person, but what I do know is if Mercury's on retrograde, I tend to have a bad time. So yeah, so I think it's really good that that we're coming out of that now. All right, so on to reading number 1. So the first card I pulled out is the Hierophant. Got a little bit of glare there, but yeah, hopefully you can see that there. All right. Now, for those of you who are watching this for the first time, I don't read tarot cards traditionally. I use them, but I use them intuitively. So whatever I get from the card is what basically what I'm reading. So if you know your tarot card meanings, you may read that a different way. So it's all fun and games. But anyway. All right, so with the Hierophant, the first thing I'm feeling there is, okay, I am feeling that there's a path of discovery there. Very interesting. I do feel it more on a spiritual level. I feel for some of you who've picked number 1, I do feel like there might be a little bit of a psychic path for yourselves as well. So another belief of mine is as far as identifying who's a psychic medium, it's pretty much everyone on the planet. It's just a matter of exercising it. But I'm moving on to a different path there. Now, as I was saying, I do feel as though there's I do feel like there's, like I said, a path of discovery, more knowledge coming through. And I do feel as though it's in the spiritual realm as well. Now, quite interestingly enough, I'm not too sure what this means, but this is what I'm getting. I feel like for some of you who are watching this, who, if there's any guys watching this, I do feel as though there's a period of time where you'd be sort of getting more in touch with your feminine side. There's an old ad I'm remembering with that, where it says getting in touch with your feminine side. But that's where I'm picking up a lot of the spiritual energy with this card. So in short, I do feel as though it's a path of discovery, maybe a path of learning You might be learning astrology. You might be going to development classes to develop your psychic medium or your psychic abilities as well as your mediumship abilities. But I feel like that's coming along for you, and that's going to serve you at this time. I might pull out another card as well for reading number 1. Okay, see what comes out. Right. Normally I pick out cards that just pop out, but there was a whole heap of them there, so not editing it, not going to edit that one out. So, all right, let's see what we get. Okay, so the 5 of Pentacles has come out. All right. Okay, so what I'm feeling with that one is, let's see. Okay, so the first thing I felt there was, might actually be the actual meaning of the card. I do feel as though if you're on reading number 1, just keep an eye on your finances, keep an eye on where they're going. And I feel like that's also part of the discovery side of things as well. So what I'm feeling there is that there might be a pattern as far as money goes where maybe some of it slips through your fingers, and there might be varying degrees for a few of you out there. For some of you, it might slip right through your fingers, or for some others, there might be a couple of dollars here and there that are going, that are unaccounted for. Keep an eye on that. Just make sure you're keeping a track of where all your dollars are going. I'm also getting the feeling of not allowing any anxiety in as well. So it's not sort of ignoring the anxiety. The anxiety is there for a reason. But maybe just sort of keeping it at the back of your mind that although you've got the anxiety there, you might have some issues going on there as well financially. Just realize that that is there, but you can change that. All right. So what I'm feeling more there is it's more sort of positive talk, but it's more on the level of actually realizing that that you are a limitless being. Okay, and you're not necessarily stuck with your 3D reality. Yes, it's here, you can't ignore it. So if you've got bills there, you can't just sort of say, no, this bill doesn't exist. That's not going to work. That's called being crazy. But just realize that you're in a particular position at the moment, but you can change it. All right, so everything's changeable. All right, so that's reading number 1. Like I said, these are fairly short ones, fairly short and basic ones. If you do want a longer reading with me, I'll leave some links in the description as well to my website. You can also message me on Facebook as well. Go through my New Earth Spiritual page. Okay, now let's go on to reading number 2. Okay, I'm already feeling some higher energy there as well. So let's see what that's about. Okay, 2 cards have popped out, and the Magician card's popped out for me. Okay. All right. Reading number 2, actually, I feel like that's going to be a pretty good one, a fairly positive one. All right, so I am feeling when I picked out the Magician card there, I felt like that corresponded a lot with that higher energy feeling that I'm getting now as well. Now, with number 2s out there, I am actually getting the feeling there that there's more of there's probably more of a spiritual reading for this one as well, but I do feel as though it's a matter of leveling up. All right, so for those of you, for example, who are meditating, I might feel that your level of meditation will increase, the level of experiencing oneness or experiencing samadhi will increase as well. Now, I'm also feeling, I did mention leveling up there as well. So I've felt, for those of you who might actually be psychic mediums out there, I feel as though there's some new skills coming in. Basically a higher accuracy of reading coming through. I also feel, as far as mediumship goes, there's picking up on more details would be something that's coming through for you as well. Okay, so ultimately that's a very good, I feel like this is a very positive reading. Now, for those of you who might not be on that path, I do feel as though there's a higher sensitivity, if you will, to your guides out there. A lot of us have, well, pretty much all of us have guides, but I do feel as though some of you are going to be able to tap in to those guides who you might not have before. You might actually feel like there's some tingling around you. So you've just got this knowing that there's a presence there. And that's generally how well, that's how I started with my mediumship. I felt people around me, with the tingling side of things, and that can develop. Okay, so for those of you who are just starting out on this journey, that might be what's going to happen. Okay, but I do feel as though that you're going to be more intuitively connected to your guide. So it may even come on an instinctual level where I'm just throwing an example out there. You might be driving along one day and you're thinking, I don't feel like driving along that path, or I don't feel like driving along that road. I'll go another way. Things like that. Or it might be, oh, I don't feel like calling that person today. Those sort of things. Okay, so that's the Magician card. Another card came out as well, which was the Queen of Cups. All right. Okay, so with this card, what's the Queen of Cups telling me? Okay. Actually, I do feel as though for those of you who are in a relationship at the moment, or married or whatever, I feel as though with the Queen of Cups there's it's almost like a time of tranquility. That's the main thing I'm picking up with this card. I am feeling as though there might have been something fairly recent that might have rocked the boat a bit, maybe a few upsets here and there, but I'm feeling as though we're coming into a relatively smooth period of time at the moment. Now, I feel as though that period of time will vary for each different person watching this. Specifically, I'm getting a feeling of 1 to 2 weeks to right out to 4 or 5 months for some people. So I am picking up very much that that period of time is going to vary a lot with a lot of people. The one thing I am getting though as well is for those who are particularly sensitive to changes with the position of the planets and things like that, astrology. For some reason, I seem to be very sensitive to it. I feel as though that's I'm just feeling as though that change is going to be more abrupt. Okay. But that period of time might be a little bit less. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up for reading number 2. Now, the other thing I mentioned there as well, I think I mentioned it with reading 1. Again, sort of looking into your future and things like that. If there's anything that's even a little bit on the negative side, it is something that you can actually change it. And I think I might jump on and do another video. I'm still learning how to change it myself. I'm not the complete expert, but I can share what I've learned so far. All right. Okay, let's go on to reading number 3. All right. Now, I always like to delve deeper into reading, so these short ones I don't know. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm giving you guys justice, but there's only so much time I can do these readings in. So, and these videos for me take a little while to upload, so they do have to be a little bit on the shorter side. Okay, so I've had one card jump out at me so far. Right, let's have a look here. Now, I haven't looked at that card that's jumped out. One thing I'm feeling though, I am feeling some changes for those who have picked up number 3. All right. I am feeling as though there's changes in, specifically for some of you who picked number 3, I do feel as though there's changes in jobs coming up. So yeah, there's some sort of change in your job. It might be changing jobs completely or changing position, or the dynamics of the workplace are changing. I think that's going to be a big one there for those of you who picked number 3. Okay. And the other thing I'd mention there as well with those sort of changes, because they can be perceived as negative, just remember that all this happens for a reason, and that's specifically what I'm feeling. Okay, I might have a look at that card and see what I'm getting. All right, so Page of Wands. All right, which to me, it does signify a change. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting there. But it's more of it's either a position change where you're pretty much starting from scratch or a new job sort of thing. So for those of you who picked number 3 who are thinking of changing jobs, that might very well happen. Okay. Now, I'm also picking up relationships as well. There might be some of you who picked number 3 who you might not be too sure on your relationships there at the moment. So there might be an actual change happening. So might be somebody else might come into your life or something like that. But hey, that's yeah, all these things work out well. You know, they work out for the best. So it might not seem particularly positive at the time, but this is why you're on here at the moment. It's ultimately going to be more of a positive feel. Okay. Now, I'm picking out another card. We'll see. Here we go. This one. Right. Let's see. All right, so for number 3, 10 of Cups. Okay, so I always like that card. It's nice and bright. So, and that is confirming pretty much what I've said before. So, so for a lot of you, there's changes in jobs coming up, perhaps change in relationship. You know, if you've, you know, it could be anything. It could be the person you're with might suddenly change. It could be, look, I'll just say it the way it is. It could be that that relationship ends and a new one begins. I'm also feeling as though for those of you in that situation, there's more of a revitalization time. It's more of a time of reflection, a time of regaining your energy, regaining your self-worth and re-identifying who you are. Okay, which is extremely important. That will set you up for a good relationship in the future. Okay, and I feel like that might be a good thing to do in any case if you've chosen number 3, even if you're in a relationship or you know, is to actually reevaluate yourself as well. Okay. Let's see. I feel as though there's something else with that card as well. So now I'm pretty much drawn to, you can see there's a rainbow just in the corner there as well. So might be 1 or 2 of you who've chosen number 3 who have gone through a fairly rough patch at the moment. Okay. Don't worry. You might still be in that rough patch at the moment. And I do feel for 1 or 2 of you, it's been, I'm not going to go into details, but it does seem like a relationship side of things, and it doesn't feel particularly good. But for some of you who are in that situation, there is hope there. There is that rainbow that I've seen in that card, and getting that time to reflect and to re-identify yourself, rediscover yourself, is going to be really, really healing. I can feel a real healing there. So those who pick number 3 who are in that situation, there's definitely hope there. Okay. All right. So very short readings, I know, but for those of you who want to see more, my aim is to get on here every Sunday morning and do more. So please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Please like and please feel free to like this video if you did like it. If you didn't, don't. And yeah, if you feel it's going to benefit others, yeah, please feel free to like it as well. I'll leave my links to my Facebook page and my website on the description as well. And please feel free to reach out if you would like a personal reading too. Now, for all of you, I hope you have an awesome Sunday, and I'll see you all later. Bye.